Hey everyone, it's me, Cynthia. I want to thank you for stopping by my channel today, Living with MS in Texas. I want to talk to you a little bit today, or actually follow up to a couple of my recent videos where I was speaking on some of my increased symptoms, or what I thought was increased symptoms. My battle with fatigue, which has been a daily battle that I've always had even prior to being diagnosed with MS, and just numbness and tingling and increased frequency for urination, especially at night, which I think has added to the fatigue. And some of my subscribers, expressing a little bit of concern that perhaps my problem is the fact that I'm not on medication. So just wanted to put everyone at ease and to let you know that I did have a doctor's appointment with a new neurologist. I was referred to a new neurologist who specializes in multiple sclerosis, and went in for my initial appointment with her to kind of get a baseline of where I am in my disease, and for us to develop a plan on how we're going to manage disease. So one thing that she wants me to do is have an MRI, and that's freaking me out because I've had 3 MRIs regarding MS. I've had a couple on knees where only my legs had to be kind of up in the machine, but I had my first MRI to rule out multiple sclerosis back in 1995, where they discovered lesions on my brain, but that the report says is abnormal and MS should be considered, but I did not get a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. Then I had a head injury in 2010, and then had another MRI, and that's when early in 2011 I got my diagnosis as multiple sclerosis. And then I had another MRI when I was getting ready to apply to retire from the federal government. My neurologist ordered another MRI and to compare to the previous one. And what they found on between the MRI that I had in 2010 and the one in 2014, that the size of the lesion on my brain remained constant, so it wasn't larger. And that's part of the reason why I have chosen not to be on medication, because remember back in 95, the same lesions, I think there are 2 that are on my brain, were there, and they did grow from 95 till 2010, but my symptoms are the same. And even though I started medication, I just felt like the side effects from the medicine were worse than having the disease itself. And so that's why I opted not to stay on medication. So now that maybe some of my symptoms seem to have intensified, well, let me take that back. I was very, very fatigued, and part of that, I believe I'm discovering, is that I was not consistently taking vitamin D, which those of us on multiple sclerosis, a lot of us have been told that we have to take vitamin D, and I need to take at least 2,000 IUs a day. So I'm trying to be more consistent. It's official, I'm an old lady, I got my pill box, so I know when I'm taking it or not. And the doctor told me to take at least 2,000 IUs a day. I found at Whole Foods, it's D3, vitamin D3, that's 5,000 IUs, and I take that daily. So I don't feel so bad if I find that maybe I didn't take it. Like here, I'm seeing that I didn't take it yesterday, but I made sure that I took it today. And so every day, I'm more consistently taking my little vitamin D. So I'm freaking out about having to have this MRI, because I've never been in the machine that's a cylinder. Each time I've taken an MRI, it's only been in an open machine. And even with that, I had to have Valium. So the doctor has given me Valium to take that hopefully will help me get through this, but it's a cylinder machine. This particular facility doesn't have open MRI, although it is a machine. They tell me I requested a bigger machine that they use for like large patients, so hopefully this will help with my comfort. And I've scheduled it. I'm waiting until, you know, my children are in the area so someone can kind of go and, well, I have to have a driver since I'm taking the Valium, but I'm really going to need that support of someone very close that can kind of help me with that. So she wants to do an MRI and compare it to the previous one, and then she wants to talk about a therapy, a disease-modifying therapy. That's what they call it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not really enthused about the possibility of medication because I just feel like the side effects the side effects of the disease or the medication were worse than dealing with MS itself. And one thing that I'm very aware of is that these disease-modifying therapies will not correct the damage that's been done to your brain. So apparently things have been somewhat stable, and the lesions that are there, we'll see if there are more, and what those lesions represent is nerve damage, and that nerve damage is not going to be corrected by any medication that they can give us. The damage to our brain, or the whole purpose of taking the disease modifying therapies, is so that we don't deteriorate as fast. So it's typically, you know, you get a diagnosis of relapsing remitting, and at some point it goes to primary progressive, and then or secondary, or it just gets more aggressive. The disease gets more aggressive as it goes along in the years. So again, I've been, you know, living with this for 20 years, and the doctor actually reported that it was remarkable that I was able to be walking in her office as opposed to being in a wheelchair. So, or even using a walker or a cane. And I don't have any of those apparatus. I feel very blessed that I don't. So I have to, I'm going to take her advice. I'm going to have this MRI done, and then we're going to look at what it shows us, and we're going to compare to the previous MRI, and then I will discuss with her medication, but I'm not really feeling like that's a route that I'm willing to take. But I'm going to maintain an open mind about it, because I know that for a lot of people the medications do work, and I think that there are newer, better, or different medications that side effects may not be what they were, and we'll just take it from there. And you know, what I'm continuing to do is I am continuing to manage the symptoms as they occur, and manage my health in a holistic way. One thing that she mentioned was that I needed to avoid stress. I know they tell us that when it comes to MS and any chronic disease that you're dealing with, and just in general, to avoid stress. Well, yeah, that's not so easy to do. I mean, it's not as hard for me, I guess, because I don't have the factor of working in the hustle and bustle of a work life, but I still have the everyday stress that comes along with being in relationships with people, your family, your friends, if you have a significant other, and managing those relationships, dealing with my dogs, managing, you know, the heat and things of that nature. So I will continue to do that and do what I can. I've started drinking peppermint tea. Peppermint and spearmint, it's a blend. So, but I'm finding that the peppermint and spearmint have medicinal benefits for us. They can they help with your boosting your immune system, and with headaches, and they can help with digestion and calming and stress and all those wonderful things. I am taking my vitamin D. I am continuing to eat proper, still considering whether I want to go to a vegetarian type diet or go back on more smoothies and juicing and things of that nature. But as much as possible, I'm just trying to live a full life and be healthy and happy. So that's just an update on where I am and what's going on. I'll keep you all posted. If I can figure out how to work my GoPro camera, maybe I'll video leading up to my visit on August 7th to have the MRI. It's going to be interesting, I think, indeed, because it's freaking me out just thinking about it, and I have panic attacks that can be unreal sometimes, but I don't want to be a news story for something weird happening because I'm freaking out this machine, but we'll see. Keep you posted. On that note, I am, for me, most times of the day is wine time. It's early afternoon it's a Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday. Somehow it feels like Friday. I don't know. I guess because I don't work every day is Friday. Well, I've chosen every day to be Saturday because then there's no Sunday getting to church and, every day. Anyway, I digress. So this is a little white wine, Sauvignon Blanc, that I'm going to have to relax me for right now, because I swear thinking about this MRI is messing me up. So again, I want to thank you for stopping by. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button. Share with your friends, family, anybody you think can benefit from the information that I'm sharing. Again, just want to be a resource to others in their journey, or if it's not MS, if you're dealing with another chronic disease, but particularly MS, because I've been living with it for a very long time and I'm doing relatively well. So with that, I should say cheers. And until next time, bye.